How's it going, guys? Welcome to a very special EXP farming video with build included. Now, a lot of these places I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but this is kind of meant for players who are still trying to figure out what is the best way or best places to farm. Um, but yeah, now EXP gains are going to be different depending on what buffs you use. If you guys would like to see a detailed guide, I do have a video on that, and there will be a link below. But with that, let's go ahead and check out the build. Now here are the perk cards that we use. Now this doesn't focus on a lot of damage. A lot of it is just for EXP gains from any possible perk card that we can, as well as Grenadier. But for perception, we want Night Person for that 3 extra intelligence for 6 to 6. Of course, running inspirational and stranger numbers since we're going to be using a lot of mutations. And since I will be running bloodied, I do need Nerd Rage. But like I said, Demolition Expert and Grenadier for Nuka Nades is the best farming method that we can, or that we have right now, that makes it super fast and efficient. But always, if you're using bobbleheads and magazines, use Curator to double the duration of those buff items. Now, like an intelligence build, you want to max out your intelligence as much as possible, so put 15 points into intelligence as well as max out the intelligence legendary perk card. Now for the buffs, you can use a variety of different things. I will have a list below, but I always use my mutations again. I don't use class freak because I don't want any negative effects, but we also will be using leader bobbleheads, we'll be using berry mentats, and since I am an herbivore, I'll be using live love 3s to increase the bonuses and benefits of the food buffs that I'll be taking. Now there is a carnivore version of this, which is the Backwoodsman 6, but we're not going to go too much into it because um, this is just my herbivore build, but live love 8s are also another magazine you can use. But for the foods, for the most intelligence that we can get for food buffs for an herbivore is brain bombs, which gives us 11.25%. And then as well as cranberry relish, which gives us the highest amount of percent experience for an herbivore, which is 38%. Now on top of all the consumables, we'll be using the derby game for an extra 2 intelligence. We'll be in a casual team for the extra 4 intelligence, as well as the very well rested from 4 lunch boxes for 100% increased EXP, which puts us around 75 intelligence, or puts us at 75 intelligence. Now for this build, I can cap out at 80 intelligence, but we'll also be using some Nuka-Cola twists. The reason why is because it does have a chance to give you +2 intelligence. There are 2 different ways you can go about doing this, is by going 1 by 1, hope you get the +1 intelligence, or use the Nuka-Cola perk card and have 2 to 3 different rolls to better increase your chances of getting it with less twists. Now before we start, this is during a double XP weekend, so the values you see are fully buffed with double XP active. Anywho, for our first location will be here at the Whitesprings Golf Club. Now this is probably a common place that a lot of you guys go to, but with the grenade method, it's a pretty fast and easy location where you can go to grab a nice handful of experience. Just throw a couple grenades inside and you're good to go. You can also go around throughout Whitesprings and chuck grenades at the other buildings if you want to get some extra experience, but they're pretty spread out, and I don't really recommend it if you want efficiency. Now for the next location that I like to go to is the Burrows South. It has to be the south entrance because it's the best entrance to enter. The other one is kind of meh. And for this location, you don't really need to go too far. It's just right here at the beginning. But what I like to do here is throw a couple grenades off to the right hand side when you enter the tunnels. This will give a nice chunk of experience, but make sure that you don't have anything come up from behind you to kick you in the butt. But afterwards, just move on down, and I recommend trying to get a nade right in between, or right through the doors, because it's probably going to be the best spot so it hits all of the connecting rooms. And just to clear out the rest, I throw an extra grenade just down the little lobby area. But anyways, next location here is Charleston Capitol Building. It is used to be a sleeper pick, but it has gotten quite popular again, which is pretty awesome. But to show you real quick, I managed to get my intelligence up to 80 because it is nighttime, so I was able to get the night person benefits from the perk cards. But here at Charleston Station, it's another easy spot. It does require a little bit more nades if you want to get a full clear. And I usually like to throw one nade right here off the rip. Now, some folks actually just kind of run all the way to the end and all the way back and just kind of shoot everything to clear it out without having to use nades. But I'm a little bit lazier, so this is the way that I like to do it. Of course, you can go about farming any of these locations the way that you would like. And also, just a quick thing, you might notice that the levels are a little bit weird. Some of these clips will have higher levels, some of the clips will have lower levels. It's because I had to recheck and redo these routes a couple times because some of the locations were already hit. Now for the next location is everyone's favorite spot. It's West Tech. It has been covered countless times throughout the years, but it's for a good reason. Now quick tip, you have to complete Learn the Secrets of West Tech. It's a short quest line inside of the instance that will allow you to respawn the enemies here. If you do not complete it, you cannot respawn the mutants. Now there's a variety of different ways to go about farming West Tech, of course, like every other spot. You can do the Nuka Nade method, which we are doing, or you can do just run around and kill things with whatever weapons that you have. But the best way and the most efficient way is a method that I learned from More Base Please. He's also another content creator on Twitch. But it's by getting a duo partner or a full team, and simply put, all you do is the leader will get all the kills, but you and the team will enter the instance together. And once you guys clear everything out, you leave through the front door, swap team leaders, and the next team leader goes in, and you rinse and repeat. This will evenly space out the experience gain for all of your members, and it will instantly refresh the instances. So it's probably one of the best ways to farm West Tech. Now, let's say that you don't have a team that you can run with, or your teammates are not online during the time you're trying to farm. You can always come over here to the FEV Productions elevator. You do not need to complete any questline to give access to it, but all you do is just go down. There are some extra super mutants here that you can kill for a little bit of extra experience, but you just hang out here for about 30 seconds to a minute or two, depending what you feel comfortable with. And then, simple enough, you just go back up. Now, if you completed the quest line and you've gone back up, you waited just a little bit and it hasn't respawned, it just means you haven't waited long enough. So you can go back down, or you can leave and go somewhere else and come back later. There's a variety of different ways to reset West Tech, so this isn't the end all be all. This is if you want to be a little bit lazy like me. But after waiting a few minutes, I decided to go back up, and just to show you guys, it's only going to be right off the rip that the super mutants have respawned. But if you run around, once you see that first couple super mutants, that means the instance has reset. That about covers everything, guys. I hope you found any of this information useful. Again, the EXP that has been gained throughout this video was during a double XP weekend. So when you do this on your own or with a team and it's not double XP weekend, you will not be getting anywhere near or close to what the experience you see here. But when a double XP comes around, I do hope you will put use to this route, or at least any of these farming methods, and try and get some levels. But with that, as always, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have information below as always, but with that, you guys take it easy, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.